Hello everybody. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening. Hello to all the little boys and girls around the world. Thank you for joining us. Today we will be reading David's Father. Story by Robert Munsch. Art by Michael Marchenko. Let's get started. Julie was skipping home from school. She came to a large moving van. A man came out carrying a spoon, only it was as big as a shovel. Another man came out carrying a fork, only it was big as a pitchfork. A third man came out carrying a knife, only it was as big as a flagpole. Yikes, said Julie. I don't want to get to know these people at all. She ran all the way home and hid under her bed until dinner time. The next day, Julie was skipping home from school again. A boy was standing where the moving van had been. He said, "Hi, my name's David. Would you like to come and play?" Julie looked at him very carefully. He seemed to be a regular sort of boy, so she stayed to play. At 5 o'clock, from far down the street, someone called, "Julie, come and eat." "That's my mother," said Julie. Then someone called, "David." "That's my father," said David. Julie jumped up in the air, ran around in a circle 3 times, ran home and locked herself up in her room till it was time for breakfast the next morning. The next day, Julie was skipping home and she saw David again. He said, "Hi, Julie. Do you want to come and play?" Julie looked at him very, very carefully. He seemed to be a regular boy, so she stayed and played. When it was almost 5 o'clock, David said, "Julie, please stay for dinner." But Julie remembered the big knife, the big fork, and the big spoon. "Well, I don't know," she said. "Maybe it's a bad idea. I think maybe no. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye." "Well," said David, "we're having cheeseburgers, chocolate milkshakes, and a salad." "Oh," said Julie, "I love cheeseburgers. I'll stay, I'll stay." So they went into the kitchen. There was a small table with cheeseburgers, milkshakes, and salads. On the other side of the room, there was an enormous table. On it was a spoon spoon as big as a shovel, a fork as big as a pitchfork, and a knife as big as a flagpole. "David," whispered Julie, "who sits there?" "Oh," said David, "that's where my father sits. You can hear him coming now." David's father sounded like this: "Broom, broom, broom." He opened the door. David's father was a giant. On his table there were 26 snails, 3 fried octopuses, and 16 bricks covered with chocolate sauce. David and Julie ate their cheeseburgers, and the father ate the snails. David and Julie drank their milkshakes, and the father ate the fried octopuses. David and Julie ate their salads, and the father ate his chocolate-covered bricks. Ew, that's different. David's father asked Julie if she would like a snail. Julie said no. David's father asked Julie if she would like an octopus. Julie said no. David's father asked Julie if she would like a delicious covered brick. Julie said no, but please, may I have another milkshake? So David's father made her another milkshake. When they were done, Julie said, very softly so the father couldn't hear, "David, you don't look very much like your father." "Well, I'm adopted," said David. "Oh," said Julie. "Well, do you like your father?" "He's great," said David. "Come for a walk and see." So they walked down the street. Julie and David skipped, and the father went broom, broom, broom. They came to a road, and they couldn't get across. The cars wouldn't stop for David. The cars would not stop for Julie. The father walked into the middle of the road, looked at the cars, and yelled, "Stop!" The cars all jumped into the air, ran around in a circle 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And went back up the street so fast they forgot their tires. David and Julie crossed the street and went into a store. The man who ran the store didn't like serving kids. They waited 5 minutes. Then they waited 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then David's father came in. He looked at the storekeeper and said, "These kids are my friends." The man jumped into the air, ran around the store 1, 2, 3 times, and gave David and Julie 3 boxes of ice cream, 11 bags of potato chips, and 19 lifesavers, all for free. Julie and David walked down the street and went around a bend. There were 6 big kids from grade 8 standing in the middle of the sidewalk. They looked at David, they looked at Julie, and they looked at the food. Then one big kid reached down and grabbed a box of ice cream. David's father came around the bend. He looked at the big kids and yelled, "Beat it!" They jumped right out of their shirts. They jumped right out of their pants and ran down the streets in their underwear. Julie ran after them, but she slipped and scratched her elbow. David's father picked her up and held her. Then he put a special giant bandage on her elbow. Julie said, "Well, David, you do have a very nice father after all, but he is still kind of scary." "You think he's scary," said David. "Wait till you meet my grandmother." The end. Thank you, boys and girls, for joining us today as we read this little wonderful book. Remember to go back into the book and take a look at all the drawings of David and Julie, David's dad, the fork and the spoon and the knife, the hamburger, the milkshakes, all sorts of wonderful drawings. And so we'll say good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you, boys and girls, wherever you are around the world, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 Wow. Look at Julie. There she is, how small she is. And the 3 people moving. That's that fork, the spoon, and the knife. That's as big as a flagpole. That's really big utensils. Yikes. there's Julie. She's eyeing David very carefully. He seems like a regular sort of boy. I think, look, he's got blonde hair. He's wearing a green shirt and blue jeans. And Julie, she's got a nice outfit on. She's wearing a yellow sweater and red shorts, yellow socks, and red shoes. I like her hair today. It's nice and straight and brown. And you can tell it's summertime because the tree and the leaves, look at the leaves, they're green. There's Julie. And I think that's David's room. Because look at all the stuff. All piled up. Yeah, look, like there's blankets and socks and teddy bears and lights and bears with stripes and snakes. Yeah, I think that happens to be David's room. And Julie kind of looks scared, doesn't she? Don't you think? Look at Julie. She's thinking of the cheeseburger, the milkshake, and the salad. That looks like a yummy dinner, don't you think? What are some of your favorite dinners? Do you like cheeseburger and milkshake as well? Wow, that table is enormous compared to the table where David and Julie is sitting at. See them there with their cheeseburgers, milkshakes, and salads? And look up, way up on that humongous table. What on earth are those foods? I don't know. I just don't know. Wow, look up at David's dad. He's a giant. He's so tall. And he's using the knife, the fork, and the spoon. Oh my goodness, he's even got a bib on. Wow, that is really different. Some people do eat snails, some people do eat octopuses. right there. They're right there. But I've never seen anybody eat chocolate-covered bricks like David's dad. He seems to be enjoying his meal. What do you eat? Nice of David's father. He's so big, he was kind to make a milkshake for Julie. I love her outfit today. She's got green shorts, a green canvas, shoes, and there she is accepting the milkshake from David's father. What do you like to eat or drink? Look at the cars running away from David's dad. And look, yeah, you're right. They forgot their tires. See all the tires flying all over the place? Oh my goodness, scaredy cat cars. Look at the people in the car. They're scared. David's dad is right in the middle of the road. Wow, that's not nice of people not to serve you just because you're a kid. They waited so long. And it was great that David's dad came in and said that they were his friends. And look at all the free stuff they got. Handful, loadful, ice cream, potato chips, and lifesavers. Yum! Yeah, look at those grade 8 kids running away because they got so scared. They jumped out of their pants, they jumped out of their shirts, even their hats flew off, and now their shoes flew off and their socks, and they're running down the street. Oh, they're mean little kids. Oh, that's so sweet of David's father to help Julie put on a bandage on her elbow. She's so small compared to him. She fits right in his hands. She's only scared because she doesn't really know him and because he's bigger than her. But I think he's a good dad. Yes, one big leg and hairy too. Look at the beautiful big red shoe and the yellow red polka dot dress. I think she's a giant as well.